Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we're doing the level 65 dancer quest, Dances with Duskwights. Nashmeira is ready to move on to new environs. It's good to see you. You'll be pleased to hear that our exhibition in the Sultanate was a rousing success. Ranaa gave quite the inspired performance. It would seem the girl has indeed taken her lessons to heart. That leaves Gridania as the final stop on our three-nation tour. I meant to depart immediately, but I must confess that the curious development in Oda has given me pause. Upon our arrival, let us first pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and inquire as to any strange happenings about town. Do not ask me why, but I believe it is best we stay vigilant. Okay, well, we'll go do... We'll go do our due diligence here. I'm sorry to say that my fears appear to have been well founded. Gridania, too, has seen his fair share of social unrest of late. Pray explain the situation to my colleagues, good sir. You're familiar with the Duskwight, yes? They're a clan of Elizan who eschew the shackles of urban life and instead choose to live in isolation. For the most part, both sides choose to leave the other well enough alone. Recently, however, events have taken a troubling turn. Groups of Duskwights have been assembling for reasons unknown, holding secret gatherings on the outskirts of the forest. Whatever their aim, we can be quite certain that it is nothing good. The Twin Adder is content to let them be provided they do us no harm. But when they turn to thieving and threatening our way of life, we cannot simply turn a blind eye. To say that tensions between the Duskwights and our citizens have been rising would be an understatement. To this point, troublemakers among the Duskwights have primarily acted alone, which makes the manner in which they are now plotting something together in plain sight all the more concerning. Some here in the nest even believe that they are sowing the seeds for a violent uprising. As fortune would have it, these Duskwight rabble-rousers have recently been sighted with particular frequency in the immediate vicinity of the venue, where I had hoped to hold our performance. Needless to say, we must address the immediate danger before we can even think of going forward with our performance. Eerie and Ranaa, what say we investigate the matter? Together this time. Tear it done, I'll make up for my failure, just you watch me. Once I've soothed the Duskwights' hearts with my dance, riding will be the furthest thing from their minds. Thank you, friends. That settles it then. Leave the matter of the Duskwight demagogues to my colleagues here. Suppose there would be some merit in delegating the task to you, rather than risk fanning the flames between the Duskwights and our own citizens. Yet you are a dance troupe, are you not? Are you certain that your friends here are up to the task of suppressing an armed revolt? You may be assured they are. For what it's worth, I too will be accompanying them. Ranaa and Kyrian to ensure that when everything is in order. Besides, there's something that I would confirm with my own eyes. With that, we should be on our way. The Duskwight in question are said to be congregating in the South Shroud. Let's meet first at the local tavern and formulate a plan of attack. Let's see what we can find out here then. According to one of the regulars here, the Duskwight troublemakers were seen not long ago, just to the northwest east of here. And that's not all. A rumor says they were, and I quote, gyrating and undulating in a most curious way. What is that we witnessed in Thanalan? It seems likely that it's all afflicted the people here as well. Let's investigate the matter with her. All speed. Come now. Rival dance troupe causing social unrest. I think I saw something over there, behind the bushes. Well, either they're about to become a problem, or they're hypnotized. That's it. That's the same creepy dance I saw in Ulda. The Dance of the Damned. Yes, it's just as I feared. I'm expecting everything good time. For the moment, I just leave them to me. Begone, meddlers. Leave us to our dancing. What in my legs? It's as if they have a mind of their own. Mr. Nashmeira, look out! You're one cause a problem. We're gonna deal with you real quick. Forgive me, and thank you. To think I was scolding poor Ranaa for overconfidence. My heyday, I would have been made short work of that thing, but alas, those days are long behind me. Don't be too hard on yourself, Mistress Nashmeira. We all have our bad days, and besides, it's not as if you were just being reckless like me. Never mind that. What in the hell did I just see? That creepy dance? That strange cloud of black ether? What does all this mean, Mistress Nashmeira? Come now, I know you know more than you've let on. I do, and I fully intend to share my knowledge with you, once I have seen what I must see with my own two eyes. In the meantime, someone should hand over these men to the Twin Adders. So as you're right, we must treat your wounds as well. Could I ask you to return to the Adder's Nest and deliver our report? I'll tend to Mr. Nashmeira's scratches and see no other troublemaking Duskwights show up. Okay, well, we got some odd things going on. What's this? You apprehended the Duskwight miscreants for us? Splendid. On behalf of all Gridania, you have our gratitude. We will dispatch a unit to the South Shroud at once. My apologies for the delay. I'm pleased to report that our dancing Duskwight friends have been handed over to the proper authorities, and Ranaa's patched up my wounds good as new. With sufficient rest, I should be back on the stage in no time. Not on my watch, you won't. I mean, pray do not overexert yourself, Mr. Nashmeira. You need a rest. I told you I could have handed over the culprits myself. I know, and yet I wanted to be there myself when they awoke. It played out exactly as I expected. They remembered little or nothing about their dancing, their secret gatherings, or even any of the conversations that led up to it all. Just being stubborn, no doubt. Worry not, friends. The Twin Outers will carry out a proper interrogation. Yet one thing concerns me. Is it true that these events bear a striking similarity to a situation you witnessed in Ulda? What we have witnessed is none other than the Totentanz, the dance of the damned. It is our God's given duty as dancers to see that it is never danced again. The dance of the damned? Our mission? What are you rambling about, Mistress Nashmeira? I thought our mission was to lend strength and succor to the suffering and lift the spirits of the realm. That it is, and yet the truth of exactly what this entails runs far deeper. Throughout our storied history, the dancers of Troop Falsium have saved countless lands time and again from a fate most dire. When war and calamity ravage the land, fear and anger fill men's hearts. These emotions fester, reacting with the ether around us. In the air we breathe, the ground beneath our feet, to form an etheric manifestation of malaise that spreads like a dark cloud across the land. The weak, the downtrodden, the scorned and suffering. Sadly, it's these people who are oft the quickest to fall prey to dark despair. Left unchecked, the shadow fully consumes them. Their hearts, their minds. In the end, even control of their limbs is taken from them. Stripped of the last semblance of sanity, they flail about in a manner most hideous. Tales tell of mothers blissfully unaware as they trampled their beloved children, men who danced so violently they ripped the limbs from their own body. This is the Totentanz, the dance of the damned. What madness is this? If you speak true, in this damnable dance you speak of arises from the fear and anger in people's hearts. Why did it not manifest itself in the wake of the calamity, in Eorzea's darkest hour? Call me mad, but I think I understand. In times of greatest crisis, just surviving for another day requires all the strength we can muster. People have neither the time nor the freedom of mind to dwell on emotions like hatred or anger. You have the right of it. It is precisely at this time, a time when Eorzea has made great strides in its recovery, yet deeper wounds still go unaddressed. Many people are mostly susceptible to that damnable dance. So that is why our art was born so many ages ago. Not just to drive out the darkness from people's hearts, in a figurative sense, but to literally cast out etheric shadows and free the afflicted from the clutches of the Totentanz. Yes, this is the truth of Troop Falsium, passed down from principle to principle for generations. What I did for the Duskwights was to use my dance to extract the darkness from their hearts, and give it physical form that can then be struck down and banished. It's been several centuries since the menace of the Totentanz last reared its ugly head. To be honest, when we first came to Eorzea, I was unsure as to what we would encounter. So as not to worry the two of you overmuch, I kept the truth from you. Yet now that I have seen it with my own eyes, our mission could not be more clear. As the inheritors of the Kriegstands, we must chase the shadow of the Totentanz from this realm. I beg forgiveness for the secrecy, my friends, and ask that you lend me your aid. Yeah, we'll give our aid. Of course you can count on us. After all, here and I are dancers of Troop Falsium too, and it's like you always say, dancer never abandons her partner. Why should you have to carry the burden of saving the whole realm all by yourself? Ranaa, Kyrian, after all my harsh words and hidden truths, you are far too kind. must confess I'm still struggling to understand all this. One thing is clear. This dancing epidemic you speak of poses a grave danger to our realm. I'll contact the other grand companies immediately and apprise them of the threat. Should there be any reports of similar phenomena in other nations, we would like to call upon you to deal with the matter. Forgive us the imposition, but clearly this is beyond our ability. Leave it to us. Nothing would honor us more than if the nations of Eorzea would place their trust in Troop Falsium and allow us to perform for their people. With that, only Ishgard and Alamiga remain in our itinerary. Of the two, Ishgard has had more time for its people to recover from the scars of war. Let us make it our next destination. At any rate, we will need more time to properly prepare for the confrontation ahead. In the meantime, Ranaa, you are to continue your performances. You require more practice still before I can bequeath to you all the secrets of the Krieg Sands. You can count on me, Mistress Nashmeira. And you, pray continue to hone your skills in battle. If we hope to prevail against the Totentanz, we will need your martial skills as much as we need your dancing. For no, it is not enough that we lure the shadows out of people's hearts. We must dispel the darkness for good, lest it simply drift on until it finds another unsuspecting host. Yes, we will be needing your strength more than ever. With that, I too should prepare myself. Our true last act draws ever closer at hand. And so that was the level 65 Dancer Quest, Dances with Duskwights. Thank you for joining us here today for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till next time though, have a wonderful rest of your day.